Okay, so right away, this wanted to come out as a collective message, but also it involves uncovering the magic in some way. So I'm using the objective oracle in the Celtic crossbred. So the first one out is the hourglass, and it is about situations that revolve around waiting. It's the awareness of passing time and deadlines, running out of time, wasting time, and the need for patience. So it's very much hurry up and wait. You feel a shift happening, but there's also this liminal space, this waiting period. What crosses that is helm, motivation to move forward towards goals, willpower, awards and honor, taking control, making your own decisions, solidity in future choices, and a leader. With this card being sideways, especially over the hourglass, it's very much the feeling of being out of control. Like spirit's doing something, the universe is doing something, the energy is moving. But whatever this is, you are not the one in control. I feel like you are in control of certain things, like your thoughts, your words, your actions, your feelings. Other than that, it is a big feeling of let go and let God. Let it play out how it's going to play out, and try to stress less about it and trust the process. The foundation is popcorn. Get your popcorn ready. Positive and rapid growth, full of new ideas, revealing truths, natural progression, hardships coming to an end, sudden realizations, spiritual promotion, and sudden surprises. So something unexpected, but also it does feel like even when things feel stagnant in your life, there is still some kind of healing movement happening. There's still some kind of spiritual promotion or progression or evolution that happens in your life, even when you're feeling out of control and maybe even a bit stuck and struggling with patience. There's still progression happening. And I feel like this card is actually other people needing to get their popcorn. They need to watch how it's done. Get your popcorn and watch how it's done. The passing influence is pillows. Time for self-love and care, comfort and luxury, ease and relaxation, a need to soften one's thoughts about the current situation, service to others, and calming the mind. Yes, I feel like you have been in that phase. You've been in your self-love era. You've been moving into softness. So I feel like that's really what you've been working on, a way to move into a more receptive energy. You know, givers must set boundaries because takers never do. And really learn, you had to learn to take time for self-care and prioritize that. What's on your mind is bowling ball. Time to get the ball rolling, long-term emotions, positive turn of events, newfound freedom, make a solid plan in order to achieve success, moving on to the next best thing, and procrastination. So there's some kind of movement that needs to happen, some kind of plan you need to make, or some kind of step you need to take. But I feel like that step is in the process of developing. Like you're in that step is in the process of being revealed to you what it is. And once you have this clear vision of what that next step is, you're being asked to take that. And there is a way of finding freedom in that. But also, like, literally making a plan, writing out your goals, figuring out the baby steps necessary to get there. It's like in doing those things, you're activating whatever this is, whatever this plan is, whatever this thing is that you're manifesting. The near future is soap, time to cleanse, purging of old emotions, taking time for self-care, be mindful of your words, receiving helpful advice, purification, releasing unhealthy thoughts, habits, and patterns. So cleaning up some of the shit out of your life, maybe even decluttering some things, purging. And I feel like with that, there are some old triggers that are going to come up, and they're going to trigger some old emotions and even some old thought patterns that you're going to have to remember that's not who you are anymore. And you're going to have to really lean on your self-care, lean on the little self-soothing ways that you've figured out how to calm your nervous system and to remind your body that you're safe now, that you got you. But also, it literally could be like decluttering your space to help declutter your mind and your emotions. Now, the thing I found fascinating about this reading is that the lighthouse showed up in the way you see the situation. Because I've talked about this on TikTok, about the lighthouse does not go out in search of others who need its light. It simply is. It exists where it is, and it shines its light exactly where it's at, and others will find it when they need it. Sense of direction, rising awareness, guidance, illumination, protection, safety, steadfast endurance, always watching, intuitive decisions, reminders, and travel. I feel like this is a reminder that you are such a bright light, and your light literally shines. Again, people need to get their popcorn and watch how it's done. They need to watch you to see how it's done. Other people see the rolling pin, optimism about a new project, flowing creativity, family reunions. Be mindful not to rush, productivity, and spreading yourself too thin. I feel like other people want to know how you do what you do. And there also feels like there's somebody, because it says family reunions, there's somebody from the past who maybe wants to come back in, and I'm hearing reattach some strings perhaps, but you're needing to really be mindful not to rush that reunion and really discern the true intentions, and make sure that you're being true to you, that you're honoring yourself, that you're not spreading yourself too thin. But again, I feel like other people want to know how you're doing what you're doing. You're literally just trying to take care of you and be the best you can be. And other people are like, how are you doing what you're doing? It's the way you're not pretending to be anything other than whatever you are. You're just being what you are and figuring it out as you go. The emotions of the situation is anger, searching for solid ground, cut loose what is restraining your freedom, time to stay put, accepting current situations, desire for stability, and searching for deeper meaning. So, again, I feel like there is probably some emotional attachment insights that are being revealed. About the ways that you've anchored into like emotional states and emotional, I guess, emotional states of being. It's the same thing. But also, again, there's this need to cut loose, to purge something that is not helpful, that is actually holding you back and restraining you from experiencing the freedom that you seek. Again, I also think there's a message in the situations that are happening around you and the way you're feeling about those situations. There's a lot of insight happening in the inner realm of, again, realizations and insights into yourself And those are essentially unlocking deeper layers and levels of consciousness. I'm having a throat chakra thing right now. So I feel like that's almost something that's happening that you're not able to speak about yet. It's still kind of integrating. The final outcome is double helix. Core being, inherited beliefs and habits, ancient bloodlines, life, humanity, fertility, harmony and balance, DNA activation, and ancestors. So yes, very much DNA activation. Again, there's something being integrated. And it does feel also like you're anchoring in the light, yes. But you're finding, I guess, finding the weaknesses and almost eradicating those by shining this light upon them, not hiding them or running from them, like literally facing the shadow. There's something so powerful in that. I feel like with literally double helix DNA being the last card, it's saying that you're becoming exactly who the fuck you're supposed to be, who you were born to be, who you were made to be. Like this bloodline blueprint. You are who your ancestors have needed to break the freaking curses on your family line, especially the emotional curses, the emotional attachment woundedness, the way that sort of trauma seems to run rampant. The overall energy is rings. Emotional wholeness, commitments in marriage, loyal actions, forming new bonds, unconditional love, coming into one's personal power and union. Like, okay, that kind of seems like the best of all the best. 12-12 when I said that, like the best of all outcomes. It's really like feeling like stepping into exactly who you've been becoming. Like being so proud of yourself, of the person that you are, that you've become, and the person that you continue to evolve into. Under that is magnifying glass. Careful examination is needed. Searching for something, desire for understanding, problems or situations becoming amplified, being singled out, an exaggeration of trivial things. So again, I feel like there are certain shadow aspects or triggers or even old core beliefs or woundedness that is showing up and being amplified because it needs attention. And giving it that attention helps to dissolve that hold that it has on you and helps you to rewrite the script, to rewrite the narrative, to really drive home the work that you've been doing. That's what it feels like. This is the bow on the top of the gift. And I got to tell you, baby doll, you are the gift. You are the motherfucking gift. And anyone who doesn't realize that, they're so energetically broke as fuck, they couldn't afford you anyway. Because you are the gift. I'm going to split this. Envelope. Incoming messages or communication, eager anticipation, opportunity, overcoming obstacles, positive news, upcoming events, and invitations. So you're about to receive a message about something. You're about to receive clarity. You're about to receive confirmation of something. And whatever this is, it is good news. Good news. Ready for some good news around here. So relax. You're not the one in control. You're in control of you, and you are doing so much better than you think you are. Just keep being you, because honestly, you're acing it, and you don't even know it. I love you, and you deserve everything.